swipe the credit card until you live in a trash bin in the cloud. Up there, where the rain. Hello everybody, it's me, Gamejacker, and today we are talking about gems. Yes, the beautiful, sparkly little rocks that everybody tries to sell you online in your favorite games, especially mobile games, of course. We're gonna talk about unlimited free gems. Is it possible? Are there any kind of game cheating tools or generators or other weird stuff that you might use to achieve this? Spoilers. Yes, there are ways to get unlimited gems free. Let's learn more about that. Anyways, before we get started, I'm gonna introduce you to the amazing sponsor of this video, which is of course, as always, hackerbot.net. Head over to hackerbot.net to find legitimate cheat downloads from legitimate providers that have a proven track record of delivering you clean and working cheats for your favorite video games. Head over to hackerbot.net, just simply Google hackerbot or game hacks and head over to the website right now. Go to download cheats or go through the beginner's guide in order to get the basics of game jacking. So let's get back to the subject at hand. Gems, unlimited free gems. Is it possible? In which games is it possible? How do you do it? What kind of tools do you use? Let's get right into it. So the very basics of gems is, of course, this is generally a premium currency that people are trying to sell you. So, of course, you are familiar with the very, very nice in-game shop that tries to entice you through special offers that are, of course, only for you and no one else, to spend money on the game so that the people behind the game make money by selling you what is, in most cases, basically power, pay to win, and so on and so on. And, of course, you are going to spend all of your money and probably more, millions of dollars, on getting all your favorite waifus maxed out in some kind of gacha game. That's how it basically works. Of course, there are some free gems that you will be handed in some cases, which is gonna be very important later on. So, is there a way to jack these gems and get unlimited free gems in any kind of way? Now, this depends. But there is a very clear-cut answer. But in order to answer it, we need to talk about offline games and online games first. Of course, an offline game is a game that does not require an internet connection in order to work on your device. So if you can play and you can use all the features that the game has without the internet, this is an offline game. And in those games, unlimited gems is absolutely possible using, for example, tools such as memory editors or game mods or other game hacking software. If you want to find these kinds of tools, head over to hackerbot.net. If you want to find any kind of tool or mod, go to the download section and follow the tutorial on how to find legitimate mods and hacks there. If you want to learn how to use the tools in particular that can be used to modify these gem values in offline games, especially, head over to hackerbot.net, go to the software section, and there choose between your Androids, your iOS, or your Windows, and you will find the best tools to do that there. So, but that is single-player offline games, okay? If they do not require the internet, these tools can absolutely be used to get free gems, and as many as you want, since you can edit all the values on your own device. So in let's say professional jargon, we call this the client and the server. The client is of course the device that you are using to connect to the game, or in this case the client is all there is. So the game is contained on your device only and there is no other component. Therefore, using tools on your device, you're able to modify and edit any kind of value or data on your device, which is where the game is, basically. Now, where it gets more complicated is online games, of course. You all knew it if anybody has watched my channel before. Online games are the problem. So, online games are hosted not only on your device, so your Android, your iOS, your PC, your console, but they are also hosted online. So a part of the game is on your physical device, and a part of the game is online, in the cloud. Up there, where the rain comes from. In the clouds, yes. So basically, the problem about that is that you are only able to manipulate data on your own device using any kind of game jacking tool or modifying tool, memory editor, safe game editor, and so on. So all your game jacking techniques will only work on the client side, which means there is a possible way for these games to make it impossible for you to jack the gems value and get unlimited free gems that way. Now, of course, as you might imagine, since, that's basically how a lot of these games, especially mobile games, make money, that's what they choose to do. They choose to host the important game values, or let's be honest, the currency values on the game server, which makes it impossible to modify them from the client side using any legal means. But let's not get into that territory at all. If you want to get into some illegal stuff over a few sparkly gems on some kind of online game, you do you know. I think that's ridiculous. But just go work and spend your money on sparkly online gems. It doesn't. Don't do that kind of stuff. Anyways, so for all practical purposes, it is impossible to modify gem values in online games. However, and this is what you have to keep in mind, there are alternative ways to do it. And not just the swipey, the credit card until you are poor and you live on the street. Oh, no, there are other ways. So, of course, you can swipe the credit card until you live in a trash bin. But there is, of course, always the method of bots. So if you want to learn about bots, go to hackerbot.net, go to our wiki, and go to the bot section. Now, a bot, of course, comes from robot, and it's not ChatGPT. It's kind of similar. It's just a robot that automatically plays the game for you. Of course, a lot of these games do offer free ways to get the premium currencies as well, such as watching ads or completing daily tasks and so on. Sometimes you can even invite friends, and maybe your friends just happen to be bots, and you can get a lot of currency that way. So if you want to learn how to create your own bot, go to our article about the bots on hackerbot.net in the wiki, and there will also be a tutorial in the tutorial section. If you go to hackerbot.net and then to tutorials, there is of course the Gamebot tutorial that will show you how you can use very simple tools such as emulators, macro editors, and recorders in order to set up your own bot. Essentially what they do is you create a loop of actions. So for example, you go farm some kind of mission or do something. You start in the main menu, you do this thing, you get back to the main menu, and that's a loop, which the bot can then repeat forever by simply memorizing the keystrokes where you tapped and what you did, and then reproducing that automatically forever. Of course, there are more sophisticated bots that are programmed by actual programmers. Those you can also find at hackerbot.net in our cheat finder tool. Of course, that will only show you legitimate cheats from legitimate providers having a proven track record and that we have some degree of experience with. So go to our hack finder in order to find cheats for any game. Doesn't matter, Android, iOS, PC, consoles, you'll find everything. If it exists, it's here. Anyways, so that is the reality of unlimited gems for your favorite games. Of course, it's not as rosy as some people would have you believe, and that is the last thing I want to mention here, is that there are a lot of fakes out there. So for any game, it doesn't really matter. Lord's Mobile hack. If you go for any game hack, for example, on Google, there will be a lot of people, and Lord's Mobile, for example, is an online game. So 99999 billion gems hack does simply not exist. So that's unlimited everything. It doesn't exist. It's impossible. It's an online game. Unlimited everything. Unlimited gems. Unlimited money. It doesn't exist. So of course there are going to be a lot of fakes out there. It's been a huge problem for decades basically at this point. So don't fall for the things that are impossible. Always figure out first what kind of game you're dealing with, what kind of cheats are possible, and if there's some kind of, if somebody offers you some kind of generator that just simply gives you unlimited everything in an online game at the push of a button, that's simply not how cheating works in any game. That's not how it has ever worked. Cheating in video games always works by downloading some kind of file which then modifies some kind of data on your device. Never ever in the history of ever has game cheating been that you go onto an online website and push a generate button and fill in some human verification scam stuff. So please don't do that. Please don't fall for that kind of stuff. It's frankly annoying. So if somebody offers you unlimited everything at the push of a button, that's not how it works. Please stay clear of that. Don't get malware. Please stay safe. Thanks you guys for watching as always. Like, subscribe on all the YouTube stuff if you feel so inclined. If not, you know, just do your own thing. Anyways, guys, thanks you guys for watching. I hope this helps. See you guys later. Game Checker out.